Hello, everybody. How are we all doing? What a turnaround in the weather, eh? Gee, what is it warm? A bit warm, a bit warm, a bit warm. Evening, afternoon. Hello, Tracy, Scott, Lloyd. Hope you're well. Josh King, aye. Mr. Rossi, afternoon all. How are we all ding-dang doodling? Whoa, it's a scorcher. Right in, folks. Afternoon from the shack. Afternoon, Scott. I hope you're well, mate. Nice seeing you yesterday. Review. I'm doing a quick live review of a pod / AOI. Afternoon, Gavin Lowe. I hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Yeah, anyway, it's a Smok Rpm Lite. There's the one that sent me. I do have another one, but that will be entering August charity raffle. I'm going to do a couple of mixed pod lots, I think, for the charity raffle. Perhaps get a couple of Nick Salts, Christopher. A crowd in the Barton shop. Afternoon, all in the Barton vape shack. I hope you're all well. You're probably not used to seeing me in a t-shirt. Anyway, that sounds wrong. But yes, it's a Smok Rpm Lite. I'll have a quick toot. One thing that really shook me about this is the actual size of it. I mean, that's the device, and that's a 10ml bottle of juice. Well, not juice, nicotine. It's virtually the same size. It's like the size of an old disposable lighter. And it's stated to have a 1,250 Marcel. Afternoon, Ash Woodcock. How can something that small make it Vinny? No, Jesus. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see me try to get out of this chair either. Yeah, how's that got 1,250 Marcel in it? Because one, it's light as a feather. It weighs... They don't tell you the weight. It's not a lot. It's light. It's light as a... It's not far off the same weight as a bottle of Nick. But how's it got 1,250 mAh in it? That's what I don't get. And the cell performance isn't actually that great either. The actual life of the battery. But good cloud production. Good flavour. This is all before the up close. I'm rewriting the way of doing a live review. It does take the RPM mesh coils and the RPM direct to lung coil in this little pod. I'll show you the ins and outs and the gubbins when I do the up close, but there's not an awful lot to see on the up close. But yeah, pod AOI. Let me just clear that up. This for me is an AOI. A pod for me is when your coil's burnt out, you chuck the pod away. Get a new pod. These are plug and play coils. I'll show you in the up close. For me, it's an AOI, not a pod. Pods are chuck away pods. Once the coil's gone, you chuck it away and stick another one in. Just my opinion. A quick nod. I'm vaping on some Riot Squad Mango Lime Grenade. I actually really like that as a breakup juice between my desserts. So I will switch the camera. Bear with me. To which one is it? That one. There we go. There's the box. Just show you briefly. It's actually a bit of a change from Smok. It's a very, very simplistic, minimalistic box. Side, you've got the addresses. Back, what you get in it. It's not a Type-C charger. It's just a USB and micro USB. Little hologram for proof of authenticity. It has got the IQR chip. Presumably, that's just a Smok chip. Tells you what coils it got. The fact there's a mesh coil and the apparent 1250 mAh cell. Inside, you get the usual gubbins, the QC card, a very minimalistic user manual. Not a great deal in there, really. You just plug the coils in the bottom and away you go. Quite simple. You get the charger cable, which does work and does charge quite quickly, as you'd expect. And when you buy the set, like I said, you get the other coil as well, the direct to lung coil, mouth to lung coil even. And that's the gubbins in the box. The device. Now they sent me the grey one. A little quick tour. Screen. Lots of different colour settings you can have on the screen by fiddling with the buttons and whatnot. Very, very easy, minimalistic screen. Very easy to get up on. You've got your up and down power buttons. Your charging port there. One tiny little vent hole in the bottom. No, I'm not moving the camel, Chris. You're not telling me what to do. And there you go. That's a quick tour around. Now the pod, as my friend Scott said, it's a bit dark to see through. Now the top part is very dark to see through the pod, but obviously if you pop the pod out, the rest of the pod is clear. But you can't see that bit when it's in there, so you're peering through the darkened glass, which is a bit of a bummer. Hello, Simon Burr. So yeah, that is the Smok Rpm Lite up close. You can change all them colours. I've got it on purple because I like purple. 5-lock button, turns it off. Usual little Smok graphics when you do it. 5 on, RPM Lite. Tells you when you take a pod off and when you attach a pod. Unfortunately, slightly annoyingly, it's still the rubber bungs for the on the pod parts, which are still rather delicate and fiddly. I think they've made the hole slightly bigger though in the actual fill port. Afternoon, Lucy. The knees are not freeing up in the slightest at the minute. Tomorrow night's run could be interesting. I'll talk a bit about that in a second. The pod capacity on the one they sent me is 3.2 mil. Obviously, that's not TPD compliant because they sent me the Chinese mod. I actually quite like the Battleship Grey. It's quite a nice design. And like I say, it's minimal. It's very, very compact. It's very, very light. I'm guessing that's why it's called the RPM Lite. The power range, it goes up to, I believe it's 40 watts. I'm questioning myself. It is 40 watts. I thought it was. I've been running the RPM mesh coil in there at 33. And there we go, folks. So there's the up close. Let's get it back up top so you can see me. There we go. Hello, everybody. Right. Biggest pros and cons of this device. Pro number one. I've seen this full kit online as cheap as £15. That to me is a bargain. It's light, it's compact, it's a holiday pod, AOI, because I'm going to be taking this. Yeah, that's what I said earlier, Simon. It's roughly the size of the old disposable lighters, and the weight. It's a very, very out and about friendly AOI. It really is. And it produces cracking flavour and cloud. Now, people are going to look at this and think, another crap smart pod. It's not, right? You've got to look at what the target market for a pod device is. Now, yes, you will get your experienced vapors who want one of these just to have in the pocket and things. But these are targeted at smokers. Let's be honest, new vapors. That's the market Smok are hitting with a lot of their AOIs/pods, as they're calling them. I wish they'd stop calling them pods because they're not. Covered that at the start. Con, tank, pod. Can't see through it. Can't see your juice level. I've dry heated this little bugger a couple of times, and it's just like getting a dry heat of anything else. It's not pleasant. Another con, the screen is very easily scratched. But on a 15 quid AOI/pod device, are you really going to be that bothered? Because it's taking the battery your other devices aren't using. If you're an experienced vapor, if you're a new vapor, it's a relatively low-end budget entry into vaping. And it works really, really well. Now, I would like to see some of these AOI/pods with a drip tip you can take off. I know some of the other Smoks do that. I've just got the Alike at hand. That one doesn't either. Oh, it does. Bugger me. I never knew that came off. There we go. But yeah, the Smok Rpm Lite, like I say, I think it's aimed at entry level. Charging time, it's roughly about 4.5 hours, which is another reason why I question if it's actually a true 1250 Marcel Scott, because it's quite quick charging. Yeah, Chris, I can't remember the website, but I've seen them £15 and they're new out. There's not much to it. Let's be honest. Yes, it's got the Smok IQR chip, which is not a bad little pod AOI chip. You can't knock the flavour. It's an RPM coil. I'm just not so sure about the Mara to sell. It doesn't weigh up to me for the size and the weight of it. And obviously you can't see the fluid in there, so you're going to get dry hits. I will just say a bit about the seepage, which is something that is a bugbear for many. This has actually been sat in this since I got it. And there's a drop. That's probably after about 2-3 weeks of being sat on there and tested on and off throughout the days and taken to work and thrown around in my pocket. For the price, you can't really grumble. I know people will do because it's Smok, and the Smok bashers will bash Smok, as they always do. But why would things like a top-end expensive billet box take a Nord coil? Because they know Smok have sorted out their coil game now. So there we go. If you want a really cheap, quite cloudy, very flavoursome, light, pocket-friendly AOI/pod, I hate saying it like that, it's a pain in the ass, then RPM Lite, I mean, like I say, it's like a lighter. See, Scott, I've seen people, afternoon Facebook user, I don't know why you need to give StreamYard permission wherever you're watching. You see, I've seen people pushing. I was going to have one of my Vin events, one of my new things on this on Saturday, but I'll mention it now. I've seen a lot of places now pushing. They get deals with suppliers and they push a starter device on new vapors, onto smokers, because they're getting the deals with the manufacturers in place and doing packages mainly to try and maximize profit, which is business at the end of the day, and it's been like that for a while. But yeah, I'm going to save that for another time. Maybe Saturday evening I may do one of my new live shows, which will just be me, which is a Vinny's Vents. That's what I'm using, Chris. 70/30 juice. Says Stefan. Hope you're well. That's what I'm using, Chris. 70/30. I'm on the Riot Squad. So it coats really well with the director lung coil on there. It's the RPM mesh coil, Chris, the same as the one you used in the one I sorted you out with. But yeah, Smok RPM Lite, cheap AOI / pod. Size of an old-fashioned disposable lighter, perfect for a new vapor. Obviously, you've got the director lung coil as well, so they can use Nic salts, and the flavour through that coil with the Nic salts is rather good. Well, I won't say Nic salts, sorry, I just used a straight 50/50 juice because I no longer vape Nic salts, but that's a different thing altogether. But yeah, it works. It does what you expect it to do, and I thought I was getting attacked by a bumblebee again then. Yeah, it's ideal, Chris. My thinking is a spare in the car / a cheap holiday pod, which I've been thinking a lot about lately. But yeah, Smok RPM Lite, you can't really knock it. Cheap, works well, tiny, just a bit dodgy around the mar. Yeah, it does, Simon. The Smok coils, Smok have really pulled the socks up. So yeah, all right. Afternoon, Hales. Yeah, Haley, it's the ultimate pocket-friendly thing, and it works well though. It's not just the fact it's compact and lightweight. The actual flavour and the cloud production are on point as well, which for a device so small is pretty good accomplishment. I mean, the clouds are cracking. 15 quid AOI / pod. Hate saying it. But anyway, quick heads up to everybody watching. There is going to be another big charity auction in August. It won't explode. Codswallop. I'm chucking it around. It's not exploding. Like it. Watch. Press. Pretty instant. The POS is nice, Gavin, but the POS is a lot more expensive than the RPM Lite. Or it was. Oh, the boost, Simon. Stefan. Now you're asking a question. See, you've got to remember, before eSig 1 started selling the boost on offer, the boost was nearly 3 times the price of this. These are available online for around 15 quid. When the boost came out, you was looking at 40 odd when they first came out. That's what you've got to also take into account. This is for 3 boosts. No, sorry, you get 3 of these to 1 boost. Cloud production and flavour is on par with boost. Issue with the battery, and obviously same as the boost, you can't really see your juice. You can't see your juice level at all through that one. Yeah, I'll not knock a Geek Vape boost. I have one regularly in rotation or 2. But yeah, and there is a rebuildable RPM coil as well. I just mentioned that, but that's obviously not part of the kit. But you wouldn't really expect that for 15 because you wouldn't expect an RBA coil in there as well as the 2 coils you get with it for the price. It's really good flavour. It really is. Anyway, folks, coil life, RPM coil, cracking. I'm on nearly 500 pulls and it's not affecting it. I've obviously reviewed Vandy Vape Swell. I'm not going to knock Vandy Vape. Vandy Vape have a very specific target market with a lot of their devices, and they fill that very, very well. No, the RBA doesn't come with it. It's 15 quid, Chris. You're not going to get an RBA with it. You can buy the RPM RBA coil for around about a £5. So you could have a rebuildable pod AOI for 20 quid. Yeah, you can get both the mouth to lung and the direct to lung rebuildables now for this device, for the RPM, for any of them that takes the RPM. The swell's okay, whoever the Facebook user is. Other devices are available, and other devices would probably be a slightly better choice. Vandy Vape often have issues with devices lasting. I think that's a good way of putting it. They often have niggly little faults and things. A lot of devices do, and it often comes down to user error and how they look after them. Oh, it's Colin. Afternoon, Colin. Hope you're well. But yeah, it's for the price. I mean, I'm going to stick one in my suitcase when I go on holiday. I'm not going to lie. It's going in my case, and I'll just leave it, and it's there for an emergency use. But yeah, right. Heads up on things. There is going to be, like I've just mentioned before I got sidetracked, a Vinny Vent show, which is going to be as and when I need to do it. I'm glad you are, Colin. There will hopefully be one on Saturday because there's some things I need to get off my chest. Please, 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 if you have seen, I am doing a Couch to 5K for charity. It's killing me. I can barely walk today because of my knees. But it's going well. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to make my training session tomorrow. I'm going to try. If not, I'm going to just go for a walk rather than a run. There will be another charity auction in mid-August for the charity as well. So keep your eyes open for that. And obviously, I'll be back on Sunday night with my buddies, the League of Extraordinary Vapors, with more news on the charity thing. I'll give you an update on my knees and the 5K. If my knees are recovered all right for me to carry on training from tomorrow, Sunday is a big day. Sunday, I will be virtually running half of the 5K if my knees are up to point and not hurting like today, because I'm walking like an old man. Yeah, keep an eye out. I've got Broomhill review, which may well drop this weekend. I have a Vaporesso review coming. I have some more reviews from my friend Smok Industries coming. Thank you very much, Smok, for your continuing support of my channel. And yeah, I'm not an old man, Stefan, you cheeky git. Well, I am, but I'm not. I don't feel old up here. Just everywhere else is. Anyway, I'm digressing. I must go throw some coals on the barbecue. It's time for me to get some protein. I hope you're all well and safe and back at work, you lazy buggers. Some of us have been pushing all the time. I'm already injured, Chris. You want to see me bloody walk, mate? Jesus Christ, I look like a 70-year-old man. I need a stick. But yeah, it's. I'm hoping to do something. Well, I will be doing something tomorrow, even if I end up just going on a bike ride or something. Anyway, folks, I'm off. Hit the like on that up there. Hit the like. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe if you want. It's up to you. I don't really care that much. And I will say thank you for watching. Goodbye for now. I will be back very soon. Take care. Love and respect to everybody. Bye-bye for now, people.